Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
That sound could mean a lot of things. And when something's going wrong at home, the hardest part can be figuring out what the problem actually is. At Thumbtack, you can upload a voice message or a photo, and our AI-powered search will help diagnose your project. Plus, the pros we know have over 14 million 5-star reviews, so you can hire with confidence. Thumbtack, we know homes. Hire the right pro today.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
Not sure it rains. Anyway, I'm laughing. Sorry, everybody, laughing with Coach because it's raining right now in Wisconsin. He's in California. I'm laughing. It's like I'm telling him that it does rain in Wisconsin. I don't know if it rains. Do you get a lot of rain?
And it's starting in the fall through the winter. Yeah.
Yeah, winter.
Winter
so
season.
You get rain rather than snow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends. We get snow in Lake Tahoe area.
Like that, yeah.
But yeah, rain down where I am outside of San Francisco.
In the valley.
In the valley.
Valley Girls.
That's right.
That was LA, though. I think Valley Girls was LA.
Yeah, that's where my daughter is right now, going to school.
Oh, I know. That's exciting. How long a drive is
Very
that
exciting.
from the Bay Area to LA? 4 hours?
No traffic, 5 hours, a little over 5, no stops too. I mean,
that's a haul,
right
though.
there.
That's a pretty long haul.
Yeah, I was going to Oregon where my son was when he was going to school there. That's 10 hours. So
10 hours. Yeah.
This is
like
short.
I can
short
make it
trip.
to Chicago in like 3, driving usually 3.5, maybe 2.5 on the train. Anyway, so before we get to this is a good topic. I love this topic.
I love this topic. Yeah.
So we're not even. I think you've already seen it. It's about naming and stuff like that. But before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out and make sure you go over and check out Coaching Youth Hoops. As you're panicking and sitting and thinking about the next practice, thinking about your next game, thinking about what you need to do, which I'm sure some of you are as you're listening to this. Coaching Youth Hoops is the one-stop shop for youth basketball coaches. Bar none. 37 years of coaching just here. Coach always goes 30 plus years of coaching. It's like I have myself like 30 years. So it's closer to 50 if you put us
probably
together.
50, yeah, seriously.
Got to up the number when he says that. So I don't cut him off, but I'm going to tell him it's closer to 50 years of experience.
Funny story. Speaking of that, last night was last month we had our coaches meeting, staff meeting. I was ready for this. First time it's ever happened. Oldest guy in the room, and not only in age but in experience as far as coaching experience goes. We have our coach staff is amazing. They have a lot of former Division I players. But I was like, I said that out loud. I'm like, this is my 17th year or 20th year coaching. Getting old. Anyway.
That's funny.
First time.
You should be the most experienced teacher in a high school. Like
really?
I don't know if I'm the oldest. I'm not the oldest teacher, I don't think age-wise, but I'm definitely the one that has taught the longest. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I know. So that kicks you where it hurts. Anyway, so go over and check out coachingyouthhoops.com. You won't be disappointed. And then, because we don't have enough on our
we need more.
On our table. Sideline savings.
Go check out Sideline Savings. If you run tournaments and you're charging at the gate, you need Sideline Savings. One, we give you deep insights into what's happening at your gate. We smooth it out, make sure the parents are not standing in long lines. And then we layer it with some happiness for your parents, which is in the form of loyalty and rewards. So
Right. It's a
it's beautiful.
win-win-win. It's gonna give you analytics and the stuff behind the scenes. It's gonna save you money if you're the operator, and it's gonna make the parents happier because they're gonna pay less.
They're going to save money
and
too.
save money and all that stuff. So go over and check it out, sidelinesavings.com.
Yeah, it's the first ticketing and rewards program built specifically for youth teams and tournaments.
There you go.
Very first. Go check it out.
Mic dropped.
That's right.
There you go. Mic dropped. All right. So today we're going to talk about mnemonics a little bit and naming things. So how did you come up with this topic, Coach?
Well, it's really comes back to how do you get kids to remember things, either your drills or your plays. And, I discovered this secret, I would call it, I don't know, a while ago when I think two is not one, it was for me, so I would remember, but also to have the kids remember. And I didn't have to say, oh, remember that drill where you do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. I just started naming all the drills. And it's like, okay, get into the circle sweep drill.
Right.
Okay. And after a while, everybody knew what that was, and they just started in the line, right?
Everything should be a trigger for them to remember things. Like, obviously most people know what the helpline is or the midline is. So that's kind of a standard as far as wording goes in basketball. We talk when we run the funnel down defense, we talk about the gutters. The gutters are the outside of the court. Well, they're like the gutters in a bowling alley. We're in Wisconsin. A lot of people bowl in Wisconsin. So we talk about gutters. We talk about every time you catch the ball, you should sweep and peek. And what we're talking about is peeking. We're talking about looking, right? Peeking, looking at the basket every time you catch the ball. Well, all I have to do is say peek, and they know what I mean by it. I mean, I don't have to go into details because we've already gone through what peeking means. It means you're not looking. Someone cut to the basket. You didn't see the defender. You didn't see this because your head wasn't up and you weren't looking. I didn't say look. I didn't say, blah, blah, blah. I made it so quick that they know, what I'm specifically talking about. I've told you that every time you catch the ball, this isn't one word, but we always talk about when you catch the ball, you shouldn't put the ball above your head, which is we call the Statue of Liberty. You shouldn't put it in your stomach, which we call pregnant, and you shouldn't put it between your legs, which is we call giving birth. Is that funny? Yes. Is it silly? Yes. But they know it, and I'll stop a drill and say, what happened? And some kid will go, well, he was giving birth, coach. And I go, yep, he was, because he had the ball below his waist, and you're going to get it stolen there. So it's things like it's triggers and things that they can remember. And again, as I get older, it's harder to remember things or remember all of them. So it's like, also, like you said, it helps me, but it also helps them in the heat of the battle.
Yes.
We're talking about midline. We're talking about, the funnel and the gutters. We're talking about specific things. They can just remember it faster. So I think that's where, naming drills, naming what you want them to do on the court, naming all of those things and keeping it no more than 3, goes back to the rule of 3 offense, but they're not going to remember more than 3. Like for rebounding, for us, it's find, hit, get. You find them, you hit them. Not literally hit them, but you hit them, and then you go get the ball. We keep everything into short little spurts because anything more than that, they're not going to remember.
Yeah.
Anything, then those are the longer ones. The midline and, the gutters and things are one word are ideal. But like you said too, coach, it does narrow your practice, right? It allows you to say, hey, go do 5-man, and they know what 5-man is, or go do 11-man, or let's go do 42 shooting drill or 42, and they'll know what I'm talking about. Those all have specific meanings, like it's 42 points, but they already know the meaning in their head, so they don't have to think. So anything you can do like that, especially at the youth level, will help a lot.
Yeah, and I think what you just said too is you break it up. You break up your drills in practice, and then your game in the heat of the moment, things you can yell out from the sidelines, right? That the kids is a trigger word that's like, okay, that's right. Okay. That's why we created the culture around the red dot, we call it, right? And we, yell out next play. If the kids just did a mistake, right? Next play. Next play, right?
Goldfish.
Yeah.
It's goldfish when I was a youth coach because goldfish
Okay.
has a 3-second memory. So it'd be,
Oh, right. Yeah. Goldfish.
and kids
Makes
would
sense.
yell that at other kids. Goldfish,
Yeah.
goldfish. And people in
Mm-hmm.
the stands are, it's like, because coach always talks about you have to have a memory like a goldfish. It's like 3 seconds. Then it's
And
funny
I would,
because
yeah, I
other
would.
kids.
Oh, I was gonna sorry, coach, that you were done.
It's okay. No. That's. I think when other kids can help other kids and it's fast like that, it
Absolutely.
helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's this idea of creating a common vocabulary, so the kids know what you're talking about instantly. But let's just go through. We'll go through some of mine too. Our defense, we call it 51, and it's really about help defense, where you're halfway between your player and the ball and one step back, right? So 51. And the kid's like, oh yeah, 51. I got to be in 51. I just yell, yeah, you can just yell that out. Um, this one, the kids liked, they kind of gravitated, we call it the blue code zone or blue cone, and that is our trapping areas on the court. Because one day by accident, all the trapping areas were blue cones. I actually didn't design it that way. And then somebody picked that up. Oh, you mean where the blue cones are? That's where we trap? I'm like, yeah, it's good. And another one yells, oh, blue cone zone. Okay. And I'm like, boom, I adopted the blue cone zone. So now I just yell at blue cone and they know, hey, versus me saying, hey, you missed that trap. I'm like, hey, Sarah, blue cone, right?
Right. Now you have to
that's
buy
one.
blue cones whenever you do something. I know.
No, I had those already. We call the pivoting, especially at the younger levels, rainbows and unicorns. So a unicorn is when you're going below your waist in the form of a U, so hip, ankle across to the other ankle up, right? So it's the U shaped. And a rainbow is over the top like a rainbow. And we just work on pivots that way. We also, speaking of pivots, peek and pivot. So this is when you drive, you're in the lane, you got to peek at the basket. Okay, not there. Now you pivot out, throw it out, right? So we're always looking for peek and pivots, and then we work on finishing moves after that, right? But everybody knows, hey, let's work on peek and pivots, right? Um, Pinch and tip is another one for us, where that means your fast break situation. We're on defense. One player is running towards the ball. A second player should come from behind and tip the ball. So we call that pinch and tip. Um, Sweep, that's when the other team just scored. You got to get the ball out quickly, sweep across, and throw the ball in. I mean, there's fake and fade, off and corner, wall up,
so
peg
many
and turn.
of these. And the thing is, I think the blue cone one is a great example of make it unique to your team. Make it unique to you and the players. Maybe they're like Dairy Queen, DQ, like whatever. Right. So I don't know, but something where you can just make it. If you can make it specific to them, they'll remember it better. It's
and just get this was these things have been coming up for years, and it was before AI, but now you can use AI, put it in AI to come up with a 3-word rhyming term for whatever drill you are working on. It's an easy way to do it, however you want to think about that. But you can use AI to come up with these names. But I strongly encourage that, and then create that common vocabulary and have a list for your teams. So when a new member joins, they all know they're all up to speed. Right. They can review it. And at least be familiar with some of the terms.
I think that's perfect, Coach. Anything else? I think that's the key is come up with something that's specific to your team. That'll help a lot.
Perfect.
All right. Until next week, Coach.
Until next time.